potential benefits for franchising for franchisors are numerous. However, probably the primary benefit for franchisors is the ability to access capital, which they otherwise wouldn't have the ability to raise. This enables them to grow the business at a rate generally faster than otherwise through investors or third parties. Some of the potential benefits of franchising for the franchisee include things such as the franchisee being able to generally start trading at an earlier period in time as opposed to developing a unique business themselves. They have access to initial and ongoing training and support. They have access to a network of peers, which enables them to discuss ideas and receive moral support, and also has the ability to use a trade under a brand which is well known and has goodwill associated with it. So franchising does have limitations like any commercial relationship. One problem we often see in practice is the mismatch between a franchise agreement term and a lease term. So what I mean by that is that a franchise agreement will have a specific term. If that is not ending at the same date as the lease, for example, there may be a situation that arises where a franchisee would have to relocate the franchise, and it will often be at their cost. So franchising is an attractive business model in many circumstances, but it's not suitable for all types of business circumstances. So a franchisor should ask themselves some key questions when determining whether they want to establish a franchise system. So the first question is, do I have something which is successfully operating, a prototype business? Second question, do I have a business which is able to be replicated? Is it something which would work in other markets? Do I have something which franchisees would find interesting to buy into? Is it something that my franchisees can earn a reasonable rate of return on? And do I have the initial capital required to establish the franchise system? So as a prospective franchisee, there are a range of issues which can be negotiated in your franchise agreement. The initial franchise fee is something that's often open for negotiation. The size of the territory, we're talking about a marketing territory, or the characteristics of that territory is often open for negotiation. If it's a territory-based franchise, then having a first right to acquire a second territory is also something which may be able to be negotiated. And the obligations and fees upon sale of your franchise is often something which is also possible to negotiate. So there are many issues which can arise between franchisors and franchisees, and one particular issue which is prominent, particularly when franchisees leave the franchise relationship, is what's called a restraint of trade. So this is a restraint which is in the franchise agreement and would prevent a former franchisee from being able to basically compete against the franchisor during the term and also for a period of time after the term has expired. Franchise documentation is often significant in size. At Duncan Bashir Hammond, we have considerable experience in advising franchisors and franchisees about their franchising matters.